Yo, what's up, y'all? We back at it again, y'all. Welcome. Thank y'all for showing up to J.O. Speaks Poetry Slam, y'all. This is week 3. This is the semifinals, y'all. Y'all in store for a show tonight. Tonight is Black Love, y'all. We have teamed up with Power Couple International, Brandy and Jermaine Harris, and they are looking for a spoken word artist to set their couples retreat on fire, y'all. Listen, I think it's a cash prize that the client is even pushing in on this one. So, y'all, this is a big prompt. This money on top of money. So, y'all, I'm excited for tonight. The 6 will become the final 4 tonight. Tonight, 2 poets will go home, y'all. We got some cutting to do, y'all. We got Black Chakra calibrating, y'all. This tonight, so go ahead and get your boo. Get him next to you. Get him next to you. If you can't, tell them to pull up. Get in the comments. Y'all can chat next to each other. But, yo, I'm going to give you a little bit of a minute to go ahead and share. Y'all know how we do. Y'all go ahead and check this intro. Make sure y'all subscribe. Let's go.
Derek Wallace. What up, J.O.? Kimberly Stewart. Yeah. Big Uno. Okay, it's time to ease your mind. No wasted time, I come in peace. Every poem is one of a kind, so every line is R&B. I swear for God, it's time to eat. This is just a place to be. If you riding with the team, then say it loud. I pray your penmanship be photosynthesis to witnesses and they attentiveness be memorable mentally and so more physically. The creativity with words you see it vividly. The way we orchestrate the place, you think it was a symphony. So bring your skills if you really real. If this your spot demanded, are you the one to make the cut and be the last one standing? Then rep where you from, let your heart and talent speak. If you grind and reach the peak, then you a real G-O-A-T. J-O speak, 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 J-O speaks.
All right, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hopefully y'all share the channel, y'all. Get your folks in the room, y'all. We about to have an amazing, crazy show. As y'all already know, it takes a village to raise a poet. I can't do this alone. So y'all listen. My co-host in the number 1 seat, y'all know who it is. Y'all give it up for my man, Big Uno in the building.
What's going on? What's going on? Semifinals. Don't come half stepping. I ain't sparing no feelings. Have a good evening.
Let's go. All right. In the number 2 seat, the lovely co-host, Kimberly Stewart. How's it going?
Listen, I'm cleaning my glasses because I got a lot to look at tonight. And I'm ready. I'm ready. Bring it on. I got my snacks and I got my commentary.
Let's go. Let's go. And listen, y'all, on the judges' roll. Yeah, listen, it's amazing. I love them. Like they family now, y'all. Y'all give it up for my man, Black Chakra in the building, y'all. How you feeling tonight, Black Chakra?
I'm feeling good. I'm giving all 10s tonight.
All right, let's do it.
I believe
I always love to hear it. And hey, in this number 2 seat, hey, I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Y'all be scared of Chakra, but y'all need to watch out for Shell. Y'all give it up for my man Shell, man. How you feeling tonight, my boy?
Number 2 in your program, number 1 in your hearts, baby.
Let's
and
go.
if
Let's
Chakra
go.
gives you a 10, I'm gonna give you a 0. We gotta balance things out here.
And the one that truly balances things out, I believe, on the Poets Roll, the lovely Trejay. Y'all give it up for hold it down in that last seat.
What's up, Jay? How y'all doing tonight? I'm excited for tonight. Hopefully, Chakra can make me fall in love all over again. I'm excited to see what he got.
Let's do it all over again. Y'all listen, I ain't gonna hold y'all no more. Y'all know the judges. Y'all know what they do. Y'all know what we about to do. So tonight we have calibrating this show, none other than the man, the myth, the legend himself. Y'all put your hands together for Black Chakra. Let's go.
I was never afraid that a woman wouldn't love me back. Only that she wouldn't love me black. So love me black. Love a history of hate from out my heart. Love on bed sheets so hard, they don't become Klansman robes. Kiss me into time travel with lips that loosen the noose from my ancestors' throats. Love the Black Panther in my hand before a gun does. Caress the bullets from out my chest, even if they're not there yet. Let's resurrect Martin in our peace, make Malcolms of our children, but never be my ex. Hold my hand like we're running from plantations, like your name is North Star. We don't make love, we make underground railroads. Only freedom runs between us. Look at me and take me back to Kemet. Remove the Emmett from your womb's waters and leave untouched daughters. The new middle passage is pregnancy. I'll hold you steady as a lake have a buoyancy. Hold me longer than slavery, but never let me go. And I will read you love letters like it was something I was not allowed to do. Marry me in the name of their gods and the ones they stole from us. And I will segregate your hurt from your healing. Nourish you from a fountain that says mine only. In the hour you think I will leave, I will be as still for you as Rosa, but I will never front. Teach me how to love the chains off your vulnerability. Teach me to emancipate the chains off my insecurities, and for you, I will be Harriet's gun, Turner's axe, Huey Newton's rifle, and Coretta Scott's Bible. In the moments I am broken from words unspoken. Pick the cotton from my mouth, and if you feel you must leave, I will let you. But not before the civil war between me and you walking out that door. So before that happens, I will cure the Confederate rhetoric from my words and only speak in union. Be a starving slave's communion. Just love me black. Love the knee from my neck, the cuff from my wrist. Love the struggle from my fist. Love my fight, my might, my plight, my dark, my light. And I will love you like jazz. I will be your trumpet to keep your arms strong. I will hold you for miles on a cold train and worship you like a monk. I will be the Cuba to your Asata. I will Harlem Renaissance your past pains into something beautiful. Just love me back, love me back, love me black as you can. Because black love is always a revolution.
Let's go. Black love is always a revolution. Yo, y'all heard him. Hey, let's do it. Uno, it's on you. How you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling pretty good. Glad to be here. Glad to be here. I was looking forward to the piece. I was looking forward to hearing Chakra do his thing. I was pleasantly surprised. I appreciate the piece. Good angle. Never heard black love so angry. 10.
All right, let's go. 10. Kimberly Stewart, it's on you.
I just have to salute a king. Black Chakra just made me fall in love. I didn't even know he was sexy until just now. Like, wow. Like, he literally just made me fall in love with a black man all over again. Yeah, I was angry, but when you know the plight of black men and you know the things that they go through on a day-to-day basis, the wars that they have to fight on a day-to-day basis, depending on who they are and how they show up in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, Chakra, like, can I teach you how to love me? Jesus, my God. Like, it's all the way a 10 for me.
All right, let's go. 10. All right. Chakra, you can't judge yourself, so Shell, what say you?
9-5.
Okay. 9-5.
9-5. Of course, he's doing lyrical acrobatics. He's Chakra. That's just what comes with Chakra. I did really like this poem. I gave it a 9-5. What would make me like this poem more is if we got out of the angry and experienced the actual escape he's talking about a few more times. And yeah, that is probably a 0.1. Mine, so he now is a 9.44. I worry because that's a technical. We won't have that. All right.
All right. Trizay, are you
I
falling
can't
all,
with the
in love all
twins.
over again?
I can't with the twins tonight. Already, they're on. And it's fine. I genuinely was like, how? This is why Chakra was like, I'm giving all 10s tonight because I'm gonna get one. So here you go. So I'm gonna go ahead and I definitely felt that. Only reason I'm gonna give it a 9.9 because I agree with Chev in terms of like the vulnerability. Like I was like, it's a 10 poem. Like the lines, like I have a thing for lines. Like if you give me something I can walk away with, like you got me. And like your name is North Star, like that's just sexy. Like what? And then trumpet your Armstrong. I was like, okay. So
That's what I was
it was
saying.
historical accuracy for me. Like the references were historically accurate and they weren't cliche. Like there wasn't like cliche ones. So I'm gonna give it a 10 because I'm not a hater.
Let's go, 10. So listen, seems like the judges are in love tonight, y'all. Hopefully we keep that love flowing all night tonight. So y'all know what time it is. It's time to mix words and emotions with confidence and emphasis. You see, it's the hottest show with a poetic flow from the one that brought you right and chill, often imitated, but no one ever duplicates the feels. Every Tuesday night at 10 Central, our words weigh heavy on your mental. You see, we interrupt your normal program to bring you J.O. Speaks Poetry Slam, y'all. Let's go. Y'all, tonight the lineup is crazy. He took the #1 spot last week, y'all. Tonight he coming in on the #1 spot. Y'all, put your hands together for none other than my man, Carnes Turner. Let's go.
My favorite ice cream from Baskin Robbins is called World Class Chocolate. My favorite ice cream from Baskin Robbins is called World Class Chocolate. It's something about the way that you can separate the vanilla and the chocolate flavors without them being segregated in their own containers. I love the fact that they get to coexist without having to hear questions like, what are you mixed with? Or maybe they do. Maybe the butterscotch blondies next to you gossip about whether or not you're vanilla enough to try out for the cream leading team. Or maybe the old-fashioned butter pecans not believe that your confectioner's affections are for ethnics. Question your ethics. Say that you're in for a rocky road and that they only love you for the chocolate chip cookie dough. Or maybe the ones that pray, lead to their neighbors on Sundays and say that you're nutty coconuts and that your chocolate chips are eventually meant to banana split. I wonder if the chocolates also reduce your concoction to one color. One drop rule you or one drop rule you out because your skin doesn't turn to gold medal ribbon when you're mixed in. I wonder, does that force the other flavors to respect the way that you're layered, or do they simply treat you like they're lactose intolerant of you? World-class chocolate. I too understand what it feels like to be too chocolate for the cream and too vanilla for the fudge. Either get caught a sellout if I swirl with vanilla or not fully understand or only halfway understand Black love. My wife is a triple chocolate cake, but being biracial, sometimes I question the fact that I don't fully know what Black love means, but I would imagine it's a lot like the way that you make chocolate ice cream. A love story about two cocoa seeds in separate pots from cocoa trees, fermented by the sun, stirred by the pride of your heritage so you don't stick to the bottom of the food chain pan, and then dried until you shed the weight of the world's lies, and then we roast each other like S'more, the comedian, not the bonfire, because fine chocolate does not assimilate to marshmallows and graham crackers. And then, once we've cracked our shells after we've been through the fires of hell, we winnow until we find our nib. and grind until we make cocoa seeds and spend the rest of our lives melting into each other's mouths and hands like M&Ms, the candy without the wrapper. And the very fact that I used Eminem in a Black Love poem lets you know how unqualified I am about this matter. So, K Soleil, Lady Joshua, Poetic V, Angelic Creations, and Almighty Luck, I defer to you tonight because I don't profess to be an expert, but I do know there are many flavors when it comes to Black love. And like my favorite ice cream, I look forward to savoring every bite.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, Kim, I know you got your snack because he didn't lay the whole snack tray out for you. But
I
hey,
got cookies and everything. I was
let's
like
go.
about to grab one, but I had to listen.
I know, right? Uno, it's on you, my boy.
Man, Carness. Thank you for your piece. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. Bruh. So the calibration poet, when a calibration poet goes that hard, right? It's often difficult to come behind that and kind of keep the room, right? You did that, but you went a whole different way. You didn't come as aggressive, but you still was powerful with your statements. You explaining your definition and your visual standpoint of Black love was amazing to me. Your bars, your wordplay, bruh, you man, 10, bro. 10,
Wow,
bro.
all back. Let's go.
Yeah,
We didn't kick
sure,
it off.
for sure.
Hey, the judges in love tonight, y'all. Kimberly Stewart, it's on you.
So, Carness, I'm a fan. I think you know that by now. I'm a fan. So I got a few things to say before I give the score. You know, I love personalized poems, but as a brand builder, when a client asks for something specific, I always get I try to figure out how you bring your personal piece all the way in. I think a good thing that you did was you made it so personal that if I was a couple, you know, I was a part of a couple at this retreat, I would be thinking, it would make me think way deep into what obstacles my partner and I have to come across when it comes to our understanding of love, right? That's what I got out of this poem. You realize that, you know, there's an understanding of love that you may not have because your wife is fully Black and you're not. That's interesting to me. Mad interesting. And I don't know that, you know, people think about it in that way. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't know that it would be like, you know, all the way through and through what the client would pick, but you're a genius. And I'm going to give you a 9.8. Look, you just did the daggone thing. I see why you had to take that breath in the beginning. I see why. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, oh, what's about to happen? I was like sitting here. You had me. That's why I couldn't even reach for my cookie because I was like, dang. But yeah, you did that. You did that. And let me tell you, listen, other poets, y'all gonna have to work tonight because Chakra and this, Jesus, y'all gonna have to put in some work.
Let's go. 9.8, Black Chakra, it's on you. Uh-oh. 9.
I'm doing album titles tonight. Also, Chev, I wanted to show Chev I also have the hoodie in red because I'm different. Anyway, I have it in multiple colors. I make money. Anyway, I like the poem. There's parts about it that I wish could have been better, but I'm not judging you harshly. Like, you got a 9 because I'm just like, you got a week to work with. Working with a week, I don't mind what you came up with, and I do like the writing and the concept. there was something that was missing from the performance for me, but I did enjoy the writing. So the one point I took away, the stopping it from being a 10 is from performance, but I did enjoy the piece. Good job.
For sure, for sure. I got you for the 9. Chev, it's on you.
Oh, we switching hoodies today. All right. Just note it. Right, put that to the side. As for Cardenas, 9.2. 9.2. Particularly clever wordplay, just all the way through. I think it'd be a good idea for you to keep going that route and keep utilizing wordplay, because so far you probably have the best wordplay in the slam. So when you have something you feel like you do better than the rest of the competitors, never get off of them with that. As far as why I'm not going 10 or what would make me like this poem more, it never felt romantic, even in the endings, closing to the ending when it was supposed to. I got the confusion, I got the angst, I got the early messaging of things people say to interracial couples and ways we categorize love. But it's not necessarily a writing issue as it is a performance point. It's really difficult to be that dynamic and go all the way messaging, then all the way romanticism, then all the way anger. So that would be what I would focus on, because once you get there, then this just gonna be a month full of 10s from everybody, and you might as well just go fill an Amazon cart up with the money if you figure that out. But hopefully, you know what I'm saying, the other poets figure out ways to make that not the case. I like spice, I like competition, but if somebody's ahead, I ain't got a problem saying they're ahead right now.
Let's go. 9.2 from Chev. Trejay, it's on you.
Hey. So, Carnes, I thoroughly enjoyed the concept. I'm a sucker for a good concept and an extended metaphor. I will stretch a metaphor out in a piece. And I think I loved the fact that you didn't just stick with ice cream, because you could have went all the way with desserts and such. I really liked when you kind of broke down the process of the cocoa bean, and I was like a whole science lesson that I ain't never had in my life. I was like, I didn't know they went through all of that to just become chocolate. I had no clue. But I appreciated that because you broke down a process poetically, and I followed you with it. But I would say just a point of like maybe editing and maybe it is performance, but you said stuff like process and winnow and melt in each other's mouths. And I noticed you kind of get tripped up. And I was like, that's a sexy line. Like, that don't sound sexy though when you said it. So I think that there were moments when you were talking about the intimacy and the coming together that I would have liked to hear more of like that sensuality in your voice, instead of just kind of pure going at the lines, because the writing was strong, as Sakura said, but I think had you leaned in a little bit more to that sensuality in that poem, you would have took it there for me. With all of that being said, I still gave you a 9.6 because I really enjoyed the poem.
All right, 9.6. Let's go. Carnes, awesome job, my man. Yo, I'm a cookies and cream type of guy myself, so I'm going to put you backstage, and we're going to keep this show rolling, y'all. Y'all, next up, I don't know. I think the randomizer loves her. She thinks the randomizer hates her. I don't know. They got something going on. I'm not a part of it. But listen, I do know her favorite color is yellow. I do know that she is a bomb poet. I do know she is coming up next. Hey, y'all put your hands together for K Soleil. Let's go.
Real love. I'm searching for real love. Someone to set my heart free. Real love. I'm searching for a real love. I find myself wondering, when was the last time I had it? Forgot what it feels like to be touched with intention. To have my toes curl. Feel the world turn into universe around me. Turn into a light that only me and my person are allowed to float away in. No, I don't remember. Every time I would let my emotions fill the room, the glass would end up being half empty. I realized I was pouring myself into people whose only goal was to hydrate themselves, leave me dried out, gasping for air, thinking maybe if I could replace my love with oxygen, they would tell me they need me more now. When I think of love, I think of fighting to prove I actually deserve it. Passion, way too close to punishment. I tend to move way too fast. Guess I'm scared I'll get bored even faster. All these fleeting moments start to feel like a blur, blending in with memories I can't piece together long enough so when I'm asked to answer questions about past affections, I start seeing eyes. Eyes that mirror judgment. How can the poet, the hopeless romantic, have such little experience with her heart? Love seems so easy for other people. So many stories of grandeur. I wish I could feel that alive again, experience that kind of care, to have the pride of saying that I'm capable of being loved too. Just need someone to be patient with me, see me in full. Recognize that this is not some kind of simulation, not some easygoing rom-com. Real love is awkward, uncomfortable as hell, requires difficult conversations, ugly truths I'd rather make beautiful, even planned on dropping out of the slam just so I could avoid talking about it. This was hard to write. It's a reminder that I haven't gotten it right yet. In the meantime, I've been finding real love hidden deep inside me, bubbling ever so slowly, boiling, if you will. Can see it in my reflection every morning, in the time I spend writing down what's perfect about every inch of me, and every coil that allows me to bounce back from self-doubt and the confidence I gain from proving people wrong, in the way that I sway when I walk, my hands when they clap in laughter, my skin when it glistens in the sun, my intelligence when I speak. I am so proud of myself. I've slowly been able to find my own light. Found a real love so pure I didn't even have to search very far for it. I set my own heart free, and I won't be going back. I filled a half-empty glass and made it full, made it work for me. Sat in my discomfort and came back home to myself. I found real love right here. So there's no more need to wonder. Ashe.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, my cup hey, it's all the way full. Let's go. Uno, it's on you. Your sound, Uno. Your sound.
Thank you for your piece. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate you. It's just something of your first off, your pen, I appreciate your pen. Your pen is nice. Every week, you always come through with a solid pen. To me, the only thing that I'm missing from is just one piece that's missing from the total package. That's the performance and the inflections in the conviction, because I'm not totally convinced of like what you giving me. The words are there. You just you got to sell it to me. You got to sell it to me. But I thoroughly enjoyed myself. So with that being said, I hope next week you can put it all together and come and be the sleeper. 9.2. Thank you.
All right, 9.2. Kimberly Stewart.
Hey, woo, okay, them girls with the name that starts with a K, we are dangerous. Honey, love, pot pie. So here's what I got for you. First of all, I don't like, although I enjoyed it, you should have cut that song off at I'm searching for a real love the first time. Your singing voice is so much more stronger than your performance voice. It's like, I was like, oh, she's about to bring it. Why did we go back into Millie Mouse? Like, you can't hit me with vocals like that and then suck it all back inside. But when I got into the poem, I realized, oh, that's why she sucked it inside. So I don't know. That for me was just a little, but I will tell you this. I was praying. Listen, I was sitting over here. I was like, please don't let her end it with a song. Please don't let her end it singing. Please don't let her go back and sit. And when you said Ashe, I was like, amen, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. I was so happy because I was like, oh, they are going to eat her up. That Poets Row is going to eat her up if she ends this in a song. So I'm just saying I really enjoyed it, but I'm kind of like Uno, but in a different way. I just think that like you're holding back, but the vulnerability, like you gave some vulnerability in pieces, and then it felt like as soon as you got vulnerable enough, you were like, oh, nope. The part where you said, I even contemplated quitting the slam, that was the most believable part of the whole poem. That should not be, because you had some lines up in there. But when you said that, I believed I was like, oh. I was like, don't go nowhere, girl. What you doing? You one of my favorites. So with all of that, I'm gonna give you a 9.4.
All right, 9.4. All right, y'all, we on that Poets Row. Black Shaka kicking it off. All right, 9.4.
I'm not going to discuss improvements or nothing like that. What I'll say is sometimes a poet is right for the slam. I entered a slam in 2022 called the Black Arts Matter Slam. Why? Because the guy named Black Chakra probably should be the Black Arts Matter Slam. The guy who writes the blackest poem and is aesthetically next to Yao Tremeteng, one of the blackest poets on earth, should probably be Black Arts Matter Slam champion. I say that to say when I competed, I had a type of mindset and a type of poems there for me because I'm just like, in this slam, I can be this. That doesn't happen very often where you find a slam where you can be you and that's all you have to focus on. And this wasn't that for you. This slam hasn't been that for you. Slam is hellacious for the softer spoken poets sometimes because there are poets who give more powerful, more lyrical performances. All that to say, tonight, this is your slam. The soft voice, the singing, the love poem. The reason I gave it a 9.4 because I was like, yeah, this is pretty much what everybody should be aiming for me. It wasn't heavy on wordplay like Carnez, but the moment of vulnerability I appreciated. Once two people came from loud and wordplay for you to be at vulnerable and honest and just simple about it. Like I didn't even want to write this. I was like, yep, your style actually worked for this poem. So 9.4.
That's what's up. All right, Chef, it's on you.
Hey, I am. I'm here. Present and accounted for. 9.1.
Okay.
I'm going to say 9.1 because if you were going to sing Real Love, both you and the poem should embody not only the words, but the tone as well. I can tell Real Love was just chosen for the words Real Love and that you're searching for it. But it wasn't exactly the energy of the poem. So it's like it only half matched. Like that's not a song we just sit here, I'm searching for, and then you sung it all, but you still sitting here super cool and whatnot. And then as for the poem, I remember the prompt being Black Love. I didn't get anything specific that was black, but and the Love Myself poem can be kind of a cop out sometimes because we're all poets have all been asked to make the love poem. And so many of us lean into the self-love poem because it's one, a lot of our experience, two, it's easier for the slam poet to make and not cringe. It doesn't force you to toe that line of being dangerously cliche and yet still originally vulnerable, which is why I'm not moved by that choice. But at the same time, I felt it, you wrote it. I'm in the generation that came after the original Nike Tech. You know what I'm saying? We not only have different colors, but the advanced versions, because that is what I am, the evolution. And this poem helped evolve the slam. We are moving into genuine romanticism and feeling. So 9.1, I had fun.
Let's go. All right, Trejay, it's on you.
Again, next week, please put me before Chef. Chef. But no, I appreciate tenderness, and I think women. Oh, you heard me. Yeah. I appreciate tenderness, and I feel like women carry that vulnerability well. I personally am I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of singing right before poems. Like, it never does it for me. Like, I've heard people belt out Etta James right before. Like, it just never quite hits. Because I feel like your pen is strong enough. Like, the singing voice doesn't add to the poem. It's just kind of like, I'm about to do a poem about love. But we already know that because that's the theme of the slam. So I say that to say that really kind of like took me out for a minute. So then I had to jump into your poem a little later. But with that being said, I appreciated the emotionality, the tenderness, and just 1 point for you, sis. I know we're going up and down, and slam is treacherous, as someone said earlier. But the key I would tell you is, in any poem, take your listener on a ride. Take them somewhere and bring them back home. Whether that's deep, deep into your soul where you got me. Like, she was like, oh, was she crying? I was like, are we here? Because you truly connected with your words. And that's when you had me. Once I knew you were connected to your piece, I was connected to you. And so when you allow your listener to go on that journey of vulnerability with you from beginning to end, a lot of times you capture listeners that you may not have been able to. But yeah, the vulnerability was nice. All of that I enjoyed. And I would have even in the self-love piece, there's something to be said about describing what real love looks like. You're searching for it. How do you even know what it looks like? When you find it, how you gonna find it? You didn't really describe what real love is. You started the poem saying, I'm searching for a real love and I'm having a hard time loving myself. But like, if you were to find love, help us imagine with you. Help us envision that with you so we can cheer you on for that victory, if that makes sense. So all those notes aside, I gave you a 9.3, sis.
All right, 9.3. Let's go. Listen, K Soleil, awesome job. I already told you my cup is all the way full. Awesome job. We're gonna put you backstage and listen up.
Jay,
Yeah.
before you go, sorry, I hate to interrupt, but we do have to pay some bills. We got to pay some bills, and if you don't mind, we appreciate your time and your energy. We can always take a few donations from 1 to 1 million. If you got it on you, I see a lot of hoodies being exchanged, so Chakra already said we getting money over here, so I would like to help us out, because we do like to pay people, and we like to give this platform to all the poets. And if you can help out in any way you can, we greatly appreciate it. Share it if you can't donate. Share it to your friends. Send the link out. We appreciate it. Thank you.
For sure, for sure. And listen up, for those that give abundantly above, yo, I got a little gift for you myself. For those that give about 25 and up, I'm going to send you personally a nice little J.O. Speaks journal. So you get a journal to write in. It got the official logo on it. That just going to be just off GP. So anybody 25 and up, you automatically got something coming through in the mail just to say, I appreciate you. And hey, I'm rocking with you too. But y'all, we got to keep this show going. It's just warming up. I'm feeling warm. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling lovely. Listen, we're going to have to, one poet cannot make it. And so we're going to move to the one that will come right after. She took the #1 spot week 1, y'all. Week 1, she came out the gate. I remember y'all remember she talked about Boo the Fool. Last week, she came with some fire as well. Y'all put your hands together for my sis, Lady Joshua, in the building. Let's go.
Black love is sweet. Like buttery brown sugar, it is the perfect verse over a tight beat. It's the kind of love that will have you caught up in the rapture and in physical attraction at the same time. It makes you want to talk, even if it's just for a minute. Love that will give you vision. And even if you come to the end of the road, you will still be saving it all, because you know if you ever fall in love again, ain't nobody going to love you better. But ain't that the way love goes? At least real love. Love that will have you standing in the summer rain anytime, any place. It's the kind of love that will make you weak in the knees. You busy trying to unbreak your own heart, because Black love ain't no ordinary love. It's 1 in a million. It will have you writing 4-page letters. It makes you want to stay together and make it last always and forever. You saying little prayers because it feels like you just walked right out of heaven. Black love can lift you up where you belong and can take you down simultaneously. Love that will have you calling just to say I love you, putting ribbons in the sky and never making promises that you can't keep. It is the love that should have brought you home last night. Black love is king. Love where we can cry together and makes you feel brand new because they just want to rock with only you. Black love will have you taking the last midnight train to Georgia just to see your boo. And it's different when somebody loves you back, and the differences don't matter that much when you love someone and when you have someone to love, someone to care, someone to share. Their love is your love now. And you like the way it makes you feel, the way that Black love kills you so softly. And even when nobody's supposed to be here, you still get the someone you prayed all your life for, your lover and your friend. It will have you ready to meet them at the altar, so every year you can call that day your anniversary. With Black love, you get your latest and greatest inspiration. Black love loves you at your best and at your worst. It will have you thinking that they must be an angel of mine here on earth, because Black love is the kind of love that makes you crazy. It will have you taking a long walk around the park looking for them in the daytime with a flashlight. It'll make you superstitious, send you so gone. It'll make you high off these happily ever afters. With Black love, you don't need no other drugs, because Black love is steady. It's bleeding, it's endless, and it's bizarre, but Black love is sweet. Like buttery brown sugar, Black love is the perfect verse over a tight beat. Thank you.
Oh, Black love is. Let's go. What say you? Uno. Let's go.
Lady Joshua, thank you for your piece. I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing. It felt like, to me, like I love music. I love music, and it felt like I was flipping through my CD book back in the day when I had burnt all these little CDs. So, and I was actually engaged because you took me on that musical journey in your poetry, and you explained Black love to me through music, something that I do love and I do appreciate it. The only thing that I wish that you'd just a little bit on the delivery, just slow it down for just a little bit, just a smidgen, and I would definitely give it a 10 piece. But right now, I can give you a 9.4. Thank you.
All right, 9.4. All right, Kimberly Stewart.
Friend. Hey, friends. Friend, I'm conflicted. I feel like we've gotten so close over this last 3 weeks of poetry. But I'm conflicted, and the reason why I'm conflicted is because if I was judging this poem just for the client, it would be a 10. I feel like this is the poem that the client would probably pick thus far. It's perfect for the client. For the slam, I've heard it before. Like I've heard this type of poem before, and I've heard it better. And so, and you didn't give us any insight outside of the song titles that went together marvelously. Like it was really good the way you put them together. And you didn't give us like the oomph in the performance that made me believe the titles you were talking through, you know? You read it well. Um this is hard for me because I'm a fan. Like you're my top three. You know what I'm saying? But I've heard this so many times. Like even in the poetry slam itself, almost every season we have a song title poem. And lyrically, if you're going to do a song title poem for me, then you are going to have to like bring together some other pieces of your story of why Black love is this to pull it all together and make it a 10. So, friend, let's do better, friend, because I don't want to lose you. I can't lose. I'm going to be heartbroken if I lose you, but like, you breaking my heart, Pretty Brown Eyes. So, I'm going to give you an 8.5.
All right, 8.5. All right, we on the poets row. Black Chakra. All right, let's go. 9.3.
Listen, I'm going to speak very candidly because I don't know how to speak otherwise. I tried. Lying tastes like nickels in my mouth. You're a very good writer. Let's not live in the illusion that you're not, okay? You're a very good writer. If no one's ever told you, which I'm sure several people have told you, you are. The greatness that is holding you back is that performance. I can literally see the phone like, get off it. Get off it. Had you performed that poem, like really given it in the performance, 9.7, 9.8, possibly even a 10. Kimberly is very right in the fact that this poem has been done several times, and we will continue to hear it done several times, but that's okay to me. As long as there's energy and it's done differently, I don't mind that. I need you to put that energy into that poem the way it should be. I really hope you make it to next week. I do, because I want to see you in that final four. But you're going to need that performance energy. You're going to need to bring it. And right now, this ain't bring it.
All right. There you have it. Chef, it's on you.
What's poppin'? I don't know what I'm supposed to say because Kimberly kind of gave my whole critique. I was like, did we just become best friends? That's crazy. Just in my spirit and whatnot. But let's see about this poem here. During it, I felt as though the poem I heard before it was love, but could have been, but didn't require blackness at all. If our theme is black love, the last poem like untouched black but never touched love. This poem kind of tried to cheat its way to black love. This poem did black music, R&B sung by black artists, but did not tell me anything specific to the experience of black love versus love between any other set of people. It just said black love over again and gave me a song reference that I was jamming to because I'm an old soul. I loves the music. But don't cheat me, man, because I'm an old soul. I don't like being cheated now. I'd also say that performance does have to step up. We have to get there. I would say I'm really big on tangible advice. Like, what can people literally do in order to win the slam? I'd say as you read your poem, think of everything you want us to feel at every point of it, literally line by line, word by word. What emotions are we supposed to be experiencing? Which ones are you experiencing? And make sure that you are embodying that. Make sure you're selling that with your face, with your shoulders, with your smile, with your actions. Just really sit in the poems, and they're going to be a lot more effective. But I absolutely have to say, throughout this entire competition, you read the assignment more than anybody else. Everybody else don't read the syllabus for real. They just be coming in here doing what they want to do. So the client would probably be picking you every week. But I'm a slam judge. I ain't a client.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'ma have to tie that up. I'ma have to tie that up and 9-1 it.
All right, 9.1. Got you. All right, Trajay, it's on you.
I'll come after that, Chef. I'll follow that. I will follow that and match the energy. I'll lower my tone a little bit, settle in, get cozy. But no, all true things shared by Chev. And one thing I appreciate about the song lyrics is it allows Black folks to connect. Like, I think when we hear a song, we associate it with an emotion. So I kind of caught where you were going with like different songs, and you went all the way back to Stevie and brought it all the way back to Mary. Um, I cannot. But I love that part because I think one thing that Black people do is we express our love through song, and I think that that was what you were going with. Like, I was with you on that because Black love is music, Black love is expression, Black love is art, right? And so you're just like, let me show you all the ways that we have expressed our love through song. So I agree with Chev in that it is perfect for the client. I think not just the fact that they were looking for something with Black love, but the fact that they are a faith-based organization and they're doing couples and thinking about the age demographic of folks that are at a married retreat, right? So those folks are going to vibe with your poem, right? They're going to connect with the words you're sharing. They're going to connect with the songs you shared. And so those were strengths for your piece. I would, and even when you read sometimes, I don't know if you practice when you do go over your pieces, try practicing standing up. Like, see how that feels. Like, practice your pieces doing the dishes, practice your pieces doing other things other than just sitting and reading, because it'll give your body the freedom to move naturally and fluidly with the words. And so as you become more comfortable with memorization, do things that you can do with your eyes closed while reading your poem, because it'll allow you to see your hand just go up naturally. Like, okay, well, that's a part where my hand might go up. It'll allow you to see when your shoulders start bouncing, right? That's the part where the poet shoulders come in. um, but like, you'll feel it. You'll feel your body respond to the poem, and then your performance is going to go to another level. So that would be a tangible advice just for your writing and your performance as a whole, sis, that I think really take you to the next level. So with all of that said, I'm going to give you a 9.4 because I enjoyed your piece more than K Soleil, but I do think that there are some pieces to the performance that I would have liked to see just push up a little more.
For sure, for sure. Appreciate you, Trey. We definitely got a hoodie war going on, but listen, we also got a poetry slam going on. So listen, if y'all think y'all can do what these folks are doing, man, make sure y'all jump in. Sign up, go to jospeaks.com, Series 10. Making the cut is February the 7th, y'all. You heard me, February the 7th. So make sure you sign up. Make sure you get in that thing. Ain't number $10 to get in. And hey, you can win way more than that. So we love to see y'all in the place next month. Don't be scared, yo. I feel like we got some Series 10 in the building already. So if you're in Series 10, yo, put them 10s in the air so we can see who in there. But y'all, we're about to keep this thing going. Hey, Lady Joshua, appreciate you for your piece. You not already slid. Yeah, we about to keep this night going. It's about to get fire, y'all. Listen, this next cat that's coming, he's only the other brother that's holding it down for the slam, yo. His pen is crazy. His angle is always different. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings. Y'all put your hands together for my man, Almighty Luck. Let's go.
Subscribe for the wounds that have been inflicted by like blade that hovered over my wrist, connecting the dots
Almighty.
to the lines that had gotten under my skin. Finally having someone to...
My bad. We didn't catch the beginning.
All
right. So y'all, we're gonna run it back. Y'all put y'all hands together for my man, Almighty Luck. Let's go.
I fell in love with a Black woman. It was like her love was prescribed for the wounds that had been inflicted by like blade that hovered over my wrist, connecting the dots to the lines that had gotten under my skin. Finally having someone to see me, to love me through the layers of my surface that has been eroded by the weather and storms of being a Black man. She stands in the eyes of those storms, combat any foreign object that enters my hemisphere. That's why I'll never be the tip of her spear. Like we was back on the motherland. Our bond exposed to the cries of our ancestors that trickle down to generations. Our lasting cages, crack, invasion, discrimination, all designed to pull us further apart. But we snap back better than Black Twitter. Cancel the perception that has been created by Black media who glorify movies like Love and Basketball, where a Black woman is treated like filth and only get realized of her worth till a man loses everything he built, portraying that we gotta sit through upon his dirt for happiness to blossom, knowing that soil was filled manure but disguised as fertilizer to further the lies that has been synthesized with Black love. But that's all it does when it comes to me and my lady. I guarded her feels, nurturing the roots of her feelings, allowing her to grow into a soft girl era, healing her world, redefining the term the way you make me feel. And when I look her in her eyes, it's like I'm moonwalking, staring off into the stars where I see our future. We're sitting on thrones in a kingdom that we built together. She's really my Tiana, because she's better than any princess I've seen on Disney, disenchanting my thoughts of not finding my happy ever after. Our happiness became tangled, and I cut off strands of myself that made me seem less royal, flushing up the king she sought out in space for. Before she booked her fairy tale man, she constantly came across jacks that just wanted a bust, who never took the time to see her, to love her through the layers of her surface. That feels like the weight of the world. Because being a Black woman, you have to be Atlas. So I will hold her hand and bear that burden with her. I won't fold under the weight of being her man. Unless to get on one knee, asking the girl of my dreams to marry me. I vow to communicate, appreciate, never let forget how much she means to me. With every love letter I write to her, we could become like the Baracks, a staple of Black love. Cause I'm all hers, and she's all mine. To death do us part.
Let's go. My man said he about to get down on that one knee. All right, who knows? It's on you.
Almighty, let's see. Almighty, thank you for your piece. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate you. I think this week was perfect for your delivery and your voice, but you didn't take it all the way out of the park for me. Your wordplay was nice, but it was still kind of over. It went from a host of different things, and it was kind of all over the place for me. So with that being said, I give you an 8.8. I appreciate you.
All right, 8.8. Kimberly Stewart.
I need to shout out my girl Leslie Ann in the comments. You don't know me. Yeah, you do. Here's what I'll say. This was perfect for you, but like, what? Like you went way too fast. Like your theatrics work for this, right? It's like in the parts where you should have slowed down, you sped up, and the parts you should have sped up, you slowed down. So I was like, you're not letting me marvel in the parts of your poem that are so good, I think. Right? Like I don't think you understand the words that are coming out of your mouth. Like, it's almost like you need somebody to read your poem back to you so that you can hear it the way it should be done. And that's horrible to say. Like, I hate saying that because you're the one that wrote it and it's your piece. And it's like, however you decide to deliver it, like, that's what it is. But like, and maybe, I don't know if that's an edit, like the Poets Row will have to like fill in on this part. Like maybe that's an editor or maybe that's a performance coach. Cause like, real talk, I could see the client choosing your poem over Lady Joshua's. Except for hers was so polished and yours was still a little rocky. Like there was still pieces in there that was kind of like, for a client, especially a faith-based client, maybe they wouldn't know exactly what you were trying to say. But I think this was your week. Like, this is probably the first time that I was like, yeah, okay, Luck, like, this is you. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place with you, Luck. I like you. I do. And I think this was like kind of your bag. So I'm gonna give you a 9.
All right, 9. Thank you, Kimberly. All right, y'all. On that Poets Row, Black Chakra with the purple and black hoodie. Let's go. 9.4.
Wordplay is a very interesting thing. Because of where we most learn wordplay from, which is hip hop. Hip hop is the ultimate teacher of wordplay. I didn't learn wordplay from Langston Hughes. I didn't learn it from James Baldwin. I learned it from hip hop. And there's a certain pace that's done in hip hop, specifically because the listener is usually a hip hop fan. So we've gotten used to listening to wordplay at this certain pace. So as a writer, you're like, well, this is the pace that wordplay is usually delivered. And then as a spoken word artist, there are certain venues where the pace works fine because that venue is used to picking that up. But as she always seems to do, Kimberly summed up something perfectly. She was like, I feel like your piece was better than the other poem. However, if you're thinking about the client and what they want, you have to make it understandable. For instance, you go back to my poem, there was a lot of wordplay in there, but I did the poem at a very comfortable pace. I didn't rush. It was nice and slow because wordplay for certain people has to be delivered in a manner that I think is well paced. Now, I gave you a 9.4 because I think I think that's the best piece I've heard from you. As far as it worked for your aesthetic, your voice, your sound, and your writing. Do not, there's this awkward middle ground when we're doing delivery with wordplay, where it's like we almost have to become like kindergarten teachers, where we have to break it down for some people to understand. And that can be annoying sometimes. But as long as you don't make it sound like I'm trying to break it down, you'll be fine. You just have to learn the delivery of your wordplay. But I think that was a great piece. I think it's the best piece you've done so far. And hopefully we see you next week.
All right. Chev, it's on you.
What's happening? You know, if you right-handed and you boxing, they tell you to keep your elbow tucked. Your left elbow is going to be close to the opponent. You're going to jab with a small step forward, and you're going to throw crosses and hooks, turning your whole body, and putting the fist through the target as opposed to into it. You're going to turn it over so these two knuckles make contact as opposed to this one, because this one is soft and this one's going to break. I say all that to say that there's a structure to throwing punches, and your style is so heavily hip-hop influenced that I can tell you trying to punch, but you don't quite get how to structure it yet. You've got to, and that happens with timing, that happens with pace. Sometimes add words to the line, sometimes take some away. I would want you to record your own poems, like record yourself doing your poem and then watch it. And like, when would you react? Because if you've got a punchline but don't structure it, no one's going to know they just got hit in the face. And then we're not even going to get into how strong the punch is or is not, because no one knows it happened. I'm going to say, as far as the topic, you picked probably the strongest angle for this week. The actual perils of like Black love, and relates it to the experience itself, as opposed to just trying to throw a bunch of references at me I'm supposed to get because I'm a Black person, and I will get them because I'm cultured out here. So as far as the cadence, write how you speak. Like, write how you speak. You don't have to give me a poet voice. You don't have to convince me you're a poet. I already believe you are, by virtue of you being on this stage and in this space. And this is the third round of a slam. That means you done beat some people out already. So 9-1.
All right, 9.1. Jose, can you follow that?
I will try. I completely agree with Chev in terms of the punchline critique, because I think sometimes we can get caught up, and I think I said this last week to you, and I saw the change. I saw you take the critique and run with it and really try to shift your writing. But I think you're still really excited about the dope lines, right, of a piece. And I enjoyed the poem as a Black woman. I think the Atlas line got me. I was like, yes, holding the world on my shoulders. I feel you. So I really connected with a lot of the content in the piece and those things. I'm going to give you another tangible advice that was told, two things that was told to me when I was first coming out in slam. One is, try reading your poem in ridiculous voices. Like, do your poem fast. Do your poem hella happy. Do your poem really, like, try different energies and emotions when writing, so that you can hear how you actually sound when you're sad, how you actually sound when you're happy, instead of trying to perform happy, trying to perform emotionality. Capture your own voice, capture what you sound like, because at the end of the day, I was in a poem, and Javon Johnson said this to me one time, and it stuck with me. He said, "Don't poet at me." He said, "Don't poet at me. Just be you." And you're going to get so many people to connect with you from just being yourself. Because I know you have a deep backstory. I know you have a lot of experiences that you can write about. And if you can capture that authenticity, then your wordplay is going to go over so well, because we're going to hear it. I think that there were a couple stumbles. I was like, oh man, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted you to just take it there. And so I like the Atlas line, but in the beginning, I really wasn't sure where you were going with it, right? So with all that being said, sir, I do think you have some growth to do, but I think you're a good poet. You really are. I think that being in the right spaces and getting that feedback and being in front of different audiences is going to really allow you to grow and evolve. So with that being said, I gave you a 9.0.
All right, 9.0. Yo, almighty luck. I appreciate you. Yo, my man, you did your thing. We're going to put you backstage, y'all. Listen, we getting down to the bottom of the show. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all like it. Make sure y'all be here next week when we get to the final four. But listen, this sister that's closing us out, y'all, tonight, it's yo, she's been doing her thing. I'm very interested to see how she comes with the topic Black Love. Yo, put your hands together for none other than Angelic Creations. Let's go.
Black Love. Black love is a weapon. The question, is it safe anywhere? Black love seems to be a mortal danger no matter what we do, say, or carry in our hearts nowadays. They feel threatened of Black love, and Black excellence seems to be the response from too many of them. As if it's a line from a script or a scriptured verse, tattooed on the brains only to leave blood stains to be removed by a can of Coca-Cola. It is time I break the blueprint down. Or shall I say the imprint of his pants, his way of creating life. Yes, his stroke, his poke, his swag, his touch, his laugh. But you see, this is no joke. As I break down sports, another Black love distraction created just for you. Now, you see, we have golf, basketball, football, and baseball, and they all require balls. Whether being placed in a whole basket, glove, or hand, you see that this Black man with the Black love, only a Black woman can fully understand. You know they want to end our existence since his presence. Without us, they cannot survive. So some pretend to love us while others clearly despise, trying to separate what is meant to be. That Black love, people, that Black unity. Kings, we want nothing more than to worship the ground you walk on. We always have your front and your back. But they said that Black love is a weapon. Well, we love feeling that weapon in the bedroom. Why you think we get upset when we think you give it away to anyone on any given Sunday? Like when Cochran used to be strolling through that courtroom. I said, like when Cochran used to be strolling through that courtroom. I did not say we were perfect. I'm still praying for OJ and Kanye. Ooh, wait, stop. I'm getting a little hot. Queens, please stop using the body as a primary form of communication when it's just another cry for attention, when all we want to do is to be loved and respected. We are the epitome of Black love. The fact that troglodytes say there's something wrong with us, when in reality there's something wrong with them. Decades and centuries of trying to find ways just to get a little bit darker. Laser, suntanning. Yes, Black love and crystal dark people we have been taught to hate for decades. Their motto? To get rid of Black excellence. You see, people are not really selecting which direction they're going in. They are being pushed far away from Black excellence and Black love. You know, if you get the people to demean and degrade themselves, you have that smoking gun, you have won. People, what we need is a PhD and Black self-respect and dignity. Without it, we will always be crying, begging on our knees. When you think of something Black and Black love, Powerful always comes to mind. Black hole, black energy, that black love is so, so fine. Judges, graduates, they all wear black robes. So, you thought that black love was a weapon. Really? Well, it is. It is the power genetic materials of his testicles. You see, that black love starts with the king's genitals. Ashe.
Black love is a weapon. Yo, crazy. Uno. It's on you, my boy.
Angelic Creations, I appreciate you. Thank you for your piece. Thank you for sharing. Came out with a different angle, your own unique way. You did your thing for the client, huh? I don't know. I'm gonna let the Poets Row and Kim do that. I like to judge the performance. Your performance had me engaged. Your words were simplistic but powerful, and it hit the mark. So I can definitely I was vibing with you, so I'll give you a 9. I appreciate you.
All right, 9. Kimberly Stewart.
Angelic Arms Creation. Listen, first of all, what's going on with the set, my mom? I can't see you. It's like it's too much going on. I can't focus. I don't know where to look. Give me something. Give me something to work with. You can't have all them words. And I ain't got nothing to look at. We are here virtually. All I got is a square. That's all I got. You gotta give me something. The lights behind you. Stuff. I was so distracted. Like I couldn't even focus. I had to keep telling myself, focus, focus. I'm a judge. If I got to tell myself to focus and I'm trying to judge you, can you imagine people watching? Like, this is not just about, yeah, you want to get a good score, all of these things, but y'all, this is a chance to build y'all's platform. It's a chance to get fans. It's a chance to get clients. You got to be able to see you and then feel you, right? So like I was mad disappointed, like, dang. And you're beautiful. Like, show me what you got. Okay, so I digress. I did pay attention, but I had to like come all the way in. And you were all over the place. Like I love the line "Black love is a weapon." I love it. Like I was like, girl, yes, black love is a what? What we talking about? Ah, yeah, black love is what? What? Wait, what? Black love is a weapon. Yes, girls, stop showing your body. Wait, why are we talking about showing your body? They married. Like that's how you had me. That was me. The whole poem. Like. So, you know, that wasn't your story though. And I'm just kind of trying to give you an understanding of like you as a poet, the image, all of these things, like they gotta go hand in hand. And I am Punky Brewster's little baby cousin. Okay, so I love for there to be, I got mannequins coming out my background. Come on now, come on. It's a lot going on behind me, but all you can see is me. So, yeah. I don't think the poem was that strong. I just really don't. I think that you are strong, but I think the poem was like, So, I mean, I don't give you a 7.
All right, 7. All right, we're on that Poets Row, Black Chakra. It's on you. The whole Green Lantern. All right, 3.
That was a very well written thesis statement. And it might have something to do with your background. I think you wrote a very nice essay on your interpretation of Black love. If I was a professor at a college, I'd be looking for grammatical errors. I would cite personal opinion, has a very strong grip, not actual like, and I would actually just cite your sources. But it would still come out to a B plus. However, in a poetry slam, the poem must possess poetry. And I didn't hear much poetry in that. It's not even as rhythmic as some of the poems you've done in past weeks. It was very just matter of factual. Black love is this, Black love is this, Black love is this. Black love is a weapon. Like Kimberly said, I very much enjoyed that. And if that was your whole poem, if you made a metaphor of how Black love is a weapon and you compared Black love to different weapons that Black love can be, it's the shield. It's the shield in a civil rights march. It's the gun that my husband put down today. It's the hug that my children give me. Like that, I think that would have been a crazy poem. And the reason I gave you a 3 is because I heard a better poem in it that you didn't go for. And you very much just gave a very interesting lecture on your opinion of Black love. And there was no poetry in sight.
All right, Chev, it's on you.
I'm going to write Black Love is a Weapon as a poem because you didn't. And like it's out there now. And like I'm calling dibs on camera. So if y'all hear it from a particular inferior hoodie wearing poet, then tell him to stop biting him. So it's my topic now. I was here. I was paying attention. I was like, okay, Black love is a weapon. And then suddenly we was talking about my balls. And then Black love is a weapon. And then suddenly I heard doo-wop from Lauryn Hill, like, girl, you know you better. Nothing. And then I was like thinking, okay, well, Black people sometimes be in love. And then all of a sudden we was telling people to put their clothes on in their own house. And I couldn't tell which way was up. I couldn't tell who was in love and who was Black. If this was a thesis statement, I see why I didn't finish. I gotta go 7 for a thorough respect of the attempt, but I think you tried to make a poem without knowing what the poem was about. So, tangible advice part of this on my segment, I would say outlines for your poem because you come from for your poems because you come from such an academic background. Outlines can really help structure. This is what the poem is about at the very beginning. Make sure your ending line always all encompasses the same thing as the beginning. This is what the poem is about. Set the stage. Line, line, line. Build the story. Line, line, line. Make it make sense. Drive it home, drive it home, drive it home, drive it home. Hey, remember what I said this was about? We're back at that point again. And there was no reason for the delivery of the Black love poem to never feel loving. If I hadn't said it yet, 7. But I look forward to seeing you with some other stuff because you dedicated, clearly.
For sure. Trejay.
All right. So I'm going to come out the gate and say I'm a bit concerned because I don't have any notes. Like, for all other poets, like I at least had like a line that jumped out, or I could just latch on to like what the poem felt like. I don't know how I feel about your poem. And that's a dangerous thing, to be in a slam and the audience doesn't know how to feel about what they just heard. Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to talk to my husband. I don't know. You said something about black love is a weapon, and then we want that weapon in the bedroom. I was like, whoa, what is this, an erotic poem? Is this a revolutionary poem? I'm not quite sure. So I think you went with like this, you came out revolutionary, and you even hit us with like the Black Panther fist at one point, and I was like, okay, she's going hard. And then you came in kind of like teaching us how to love ourselves as Black people. So I wasn't really sure if you were focusing on the relationship or the relationship of Black people to ourselves. And so I think one thing, I'm not sure if when you wrote this poem, you just wrote on the top of the paper, Black love is a weapon, and then I'm gonna write about that. Because that's kind of how it felt. Like you started with that as like, this is a dope concept. And then other things kind of interrupted your stream of consciousness and you kept writing. So I want to encourage you to decide, like, what emotion are you going to be in the moment? Because for a moment, it felt more like a lecture. It felt more like a speech than a poem. And so I want to caution you, if you're going to go that route, to make it a monologue, like make it like that tone, give it that tone if that's what it's going to be. But I think you have to match the energy to the words. And I think sometimes as poets, we get caught up in what we're writing because it sounds nice or because we're passionate about what we're saying in the moment. But it doesn't really seem like you edited this poem. Like, I think had you went back and reread your poem, and something that was taught to me when I was writing and coming up is read your poem backwards, and things that just don't make sense, take them out. Like, if it doesn't make sense by itself, like, it's probably a thought that might belong in another poem. So I encourage you to go back and revise your poems more, read them out loud, because then you'll be able to see where the poem's going. You need to have a destination point when you start writing, or else you'll be all over the place. And that's just advice for you moving forward in just your writing and slam. But have a destination point when you start writing. I really want you to grow and thrive, sis, like for real, I do. And so I'm going to give you a 7 because I want you to know that there's room for improvement. And I want you to know that you can get there, but we got some work to do just in terms of the performance and the revisions.
For sure. Yo, Angelic Creations, I thank you so much for your piece. Awesome work.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you so much.
Okay. I just want to.
All right. So we're going to put you backstage. And y'all, listen, we have made it to the end of the show, y'all. Ooh, man, this is the part I don't like to do. But we have declared a Final Four that will be going into the finals. Before we tell you who the Final Four is, next week, these 4 poets will be going round for round, head to head, sudden death to where the lowest score drops each round, y'all. We going from 4 poets to 3 poets to 2 until we crown our king or queen. Y'all, I'm out of prompts. Ain't no prompts. Y'all in your own bag next week. Do what you want to do. Just no cursing. Only rule. But hey, take us on whatever road you want to take us on. Take us to whatever, wherever you want. Like, this is the time to read the room. This is the time to think about everything that the judges have told you and put that into practice, y'all. Next week is the Final Four. But who is the Final Four? Y'all want to know? So I'm going to bring you from the bottom up. In no particular way, I'm just leaving the number 1 spot to end it. All right? So y'all give it up for my girl, K Soleil, in the top 4, y'all. Snap it up. Put the flames in the comments. K Soleil in that thing. Next up, Lady Joshua made it to the top 4. Y'all give it up for Lady Joshua. My man, Almighty Luck. Give it up for Almighty Luck, y'all. And tonight, y'all, he did it again. He did it again. In the number 1 spot this week, y'all give it up for Carness Turner. Let's go. Make sure y'all rocking with us next week, y'all. These four will battle it out for the champion of Series 9. Hey, remember, we always got room for more. Series 10 is right around the corner. If y'all feel like you got what it takes, make sure y'all jump in. Next week, we're going to hear from the clients to figure out who they pick. We pick one person, but the clients may go a whole different route. So make sure that you tune in next week. Even if you didn't make the top 4, you might still have booked a client. Thank y'all for rocking with J.O. Speaks. Judges, I appreciate y'all. Everybody in the comment section, I love y'all. J.O. Speaks, we out.
Derek Wallace. What up, J.O.?